Hello friends, Tom here, out at Camp Calvin Crest, trying to play an iceberg. I've been a nervous wreck all day, knowing I'm competing with the ice. Today we're going to go on a little cruise through Camp Calvin Crest, which is a little area about 2 miles from my house that I love to ride to on my days off to get away from iceberg. I'm going to be riding the City Mosh, which is a e-bike built by Harley-Davidson. This e-bike will get you anywhere from 35 miles to 105 miles per a single charge, which is amazing, and only 4.7 hours to recharge the entire battery. Comes with a protective headlight that you can turn off and on. And it does come with rear tail lights, which you can kind of see here a little bit. And when you brake, they come on pretty bright, so people in the back can see you, which definitely helps when you're riding through the community or on the streets, as we all know, riding our motorcycles. This bike will go 20 miles per hour, and it has 65 foot-pounds of torque, which is pretty good. Okay, here we go, folks. Camp Calvin Crest. It's about 6 miles of terrain. An absolute blast. Trails. I'm going to take you on my little route that I love to go on a Tuesday basis, every Tuesday basis. So, my wife makes fun of me because I am on this e-bike. She says it's not a very hard workout, but I beg to differ. If you got bad knees, these bikes are awesome. You don't have to push as hard. So you can come down this hill, go back up. You got 4 different modes. You got Eco, you got Tour, you're still pumping when you're going. You can actually turn this bike off too if you want. If you just want to ride it like a normal bike. Then you've got sport mode, which I'm in right now. Pretty substantial climb. And then you've got touring, and then you got a boost mode. Most of the time when I'm on the trails, I'll ride in the sport mode because it's kind of an in-between. You're still getting a substantial workout because it is a 48-pound bike, so it does have some definite weight to it. Hopefully we'll see some of my little deer friend. Usually I have 7 or 8 deer that like to meet me and greet me on a Tuesday basis. Get pretty close to them. Some of these are kind of hairy, so I gotta slow down a little bit. This is pretty steep. It zips you right back up the top. It's a very quiet bike. Not a lot of noise. Very clean bike. Not a lot of the cables and stuff are all hidden. As we all know, we all like our bars on our motorcycles with no wiring or cabling shown. And Harley Harley did do that to this bike also. As you heard when I was going down that hill, that's one thing I don't like about this particular braking system is it squeaks a lot. But maybe it's just trying to protect my big old body going down the road so I don't fall over. This is an awesome area right here. You can get boogieing. Kind of wet. It's been raining a lot out down here lately. Up, down. And then this is a pretty substantial hill, so. See, Julie, you still got a pump when you go up the hill, so you're still working the legs, even though she likes to make fun of me. So when I went up that hill, I went up the boost mode, which helps, and then I flip it back to sport mode, which kind of slows me down. This place is absolutely beautiful in the summer. All the leaves and stuff on the trees. I did talk to the Serial One reps. They are coming out with a dual suspension bike, which would help this old man's bones out. What I do with this bike is I lower the tire pressure a little bit, and it definitely helps take the shock out of your body when you're going over some of these tree roots just like that. Or like that. Just a lot of fun. Get your heartbeat going. Do a little exercise on a nice Tuesday, 50-degree Tuesday, December day. Less than a week before Christmas. Amazing. Lots of whoop-de-doos through here. Back up. To the side. Back down. There's that dreaded brake squeak. Scares all my deer away. But at least it brakes. That's all I care about. Hopefully we're getting some good views of what I'm actually looking at going across the trailing system. There's inner trails in here, and I take the most outer trail. It's the longest trail through the system. It takes me all the way around the whole park. It takes me about a half an hour to go through this whole thing. But lots of tree roots. I don't know about you, but I don't like this daylight savings time where it gets dark here in another hour and a half. 2 hours. That sun's setting pretty quick. It gets dark back in here pretty easily. And it's kind of hard to see where you're out on the trail. Usually go in the morning, but it's pretty chilly this morning, so I waited till that temperature got up. Yeah, you can, some of these straightaways you can get pretty booking pretty fast. And if you get going too fast, you just turn the squeaky brakes on. Take you through Black Bear Trail. I need to get my grandkids back here. It's kind of funny. They've got some stuffed animal bears back here in the trees. So, some pretty good little. This is quite a oop-de-doo. Getting pretty decent going up and over the oop-de-doos now. I used to be kind of scared a couple years ago when I first started this process, but now it's getting second nature for me. Sometimes I get a little too carried away. My 57-year-old body's, let me rephrase that. My 25-year-old body that I think I have tells me, hey, you're 57, don't be doing that. So I gotta slow down. And that's what I do. Good stress reliever, especially from iceberg. That's why I come here. You gotta watch your handlebars. If I had a dual purpose, this bike would sit a little bit taller, which would help the pedals. So when you're taking the corners, they don't get caught on the stumps and the ground. I've had a couple scares over the years, because those tree roots are unforgiving. There's our first bear. I don't know if you saw it. There's our second bear up in the tree. There's even a bear right here in the middle, so you don't hit your head on a branch coming up. So right now from my house, my house to here is about 3.5 miles. I just looked on my deal. I was at pretty much full boost all the way here, about averaged 18.5 miles an hour. And it's pretty windy. And I still have a lot of battery life left. Which, if you're not pedaling, you're not using any battery life. So that helps. That's how you can probably get the 100 miles on a charge. It's just a lot of fun going back and through here. Oops, I missed my corner. Unbelievable. So, I'm gonna flip it around. This is belt driven, so if you're going to start from a dead stop on a pretty substantial incline, that belt will miss a cog and make a little bit of a snapping noise. I wish they would make a chain drive, which I think they're going to on their mountain bike version of this model, which will help a lot. There's a pretty good substantial oop-de-doo. Whoop. Lots of turns. So you do, when you're on this trail, you gotta have, kind of like riding a trike, a Harley-Davidson trike, you gotta have a little bit of upper body strength. And you gotta position yourself to about fall, just like I did. This one will not make it up there. I've tried it 100 times. It's too steep, and there's your snap. Because it's too steep for that belt to grab. And it's really muddy here, so bear with me while I get up this hill. Hopefully you're getting some good scenery. Beautiful country back here. Every time I'm back here, I feel like I'm in Colorado. I haven't seen any of my deer friend yet. I don't know where they're at today. Must be tucked back somewhere because it's pretty windy. Usually in the wind, deer will get on the opposite side of a mountain or a hill and hunker down. This is kind of sketchy here because if you go off to the right, you're done. And there we go. See, Julie made another one, and I had to push. Another oop-de-doo. And then we've got a bunch of oop-de-doos through here. Woo! 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 Like I said, you can get trucking through here pretty good. Basically three. This is always tight through here with your handlebars. Oh, guy made it. Basically 3 mountain excuse me, 3 hill ranges through this whole complex. We're on the second one right now, and we're about 3/4 of the way through. We don't have too much longer to go. So this is the very top. Whoa! Just like that, you fall over on that slick mud. Told you. Pretty open area. And down goes Fraser. See what happens when you start getting cocky? It's crazy too, because there's no trees back in there. You figure that area would be all dried out, but it's just like clay mud. Just like that. You hit a stump and you go down. I better slow down. Yeah, my tire's full of mud. Probably too muddy of a day to come back in here. Well, I haven't fallen like that for a long time. Be hurting tomorrow. Maybe there's more moisture on this side of the hill in the rain, or maybe, oh, I guess I know why. Duh. Sun's not hitting it, so it doesn't dry out as fast. It's on the other side of the third hill. Iceberg's gonna have a riot with this video. Me going down twice. I'm sure he'll put that in the loop. There's your dreaded clunk, because you can't make it up this steep incline from the belt slipping. So that's where I said it'd be nice to have a chain. And then it wouldn't do that. That last fall kind of hurt my rib. Muddy through here too, so I gotta take it slower than what I normally would. Not too bad right here as far as being muddy. So we're going to slowly descend back down off the third hill down to the Platte River area. Which is absolutely beautiful. Some more of that clay mud. All right, now we're down to the flats. No, you can't see, but there's some deer over there looking at me. I'm not going to stop because you're not going to be able to see them anyway. They're blending into the range. little reluctant to go fast here just from the standpoint of what just happened, because it is kind of a little bit muddy back here. So this is where you can kind of put it in the boost mode. There's the beautiful Platte River over there. Probably a river most of us take for granted, but it is absolutely gorgeous, especially this time of year with the water running and not hearing any darn airboats going down the road. Even makes it better. Sorry, airboaters. So here's the second hill of the 3 that I'm going around the outside of. Eagles flying out of the trees up here. This is always fun too. Little walking bridge that moves, and you try to ride across it on your bike, and it moves, and you make it up the other side. Thank goodness, without falling. Okay, so we're basically on the first hill on the outside of it. Cruising up and over my little stumpy. Pretty dry back here. There goes some bald eagles up in the air, 3 of them. They're saying, "Leave me alone." Oh, there goes another one. There goes the 4th one. Wow. Kind of cool. We probably take for granted a little bit. We don't look at the coolness of it and what he's doing when he's flying. Oh, see, there's another. Oop, very slick through here. Old thumbs went down for the count again almost. Got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Very muddy right here. Yeesh. So usually I'm trucking through here, but since it's so muddy, not worth it. Ooh, big old mud pile right there. There it goes. Just no sun on this side of the hill. That makes a difference. Dry it out. This is about the only time I really, well, second time I have to stop because of these big tree stumps. Taking it slow because my tires are full of that clay and I don't want to go down for the count. This is a pretty substantial hill here. I gotta go back up. So Julie, this is where I get my work in at. Whew. I wish some of this mud would fly off. You've got double the slickness now with tires muddy, and then these slick leaves with morning dew on it. Basically coming up on that back side of that first hill, getting close to the front entrance. I'm assuming you're excited because you're probably sick of listening to me. Kind of like when Iceberg goes off on a tangent on one of his motorcycles and talks and talks and talks and talks. Ha! Just kidding, Iceberg. Alright, we're getting to the very end of the trail system. All of us Dillon brothers, we wish you a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And as always, from Dillon brothers and Iceberg, gear up and ride safe. See ya.